What's up, guys and gals? Welcome back to the Nerd Castle. Today in the world of indie games, we'll be taking a look at Ardenfall. Ardenfall is one of those weird games that, I've had it on my list of things to check out. You guys know that I tend to prefer strategy games, I tend to prefer RPGs, I tend to prefer kind of like space epics. I've had this game on my list for a while, and I just have not gotten around to checking it out, just due to the list getting longer and longer every week. But every time I talk about upcoming RPGs, or things that I'm looking forward to, or the things I look for in a game before I feature it, there's always some guy in the back corner in a shrouded robe that's like, Ardenfall. And I've taken note of the fact that this guy always shows up whenever there's a conversation about RPGs, and so I've had it on a little sticky note on my desk, and I'm finally doing it here today. I played through the first hour of Ardenfall before recording this video on the demo, which is publicly available on Steam. The link is down below. And as far as I can tell, this game is like a mixture. From what I can tell, this game feels like a mixture of Kenshi and Morrowind to me. Which, if that doesn't make your ears perk up, I guess I just don't know what satisfies you anymore. I guess we've just completely and totally fallen out of line with one another. Because when I hear those two things referenced together, Kenshi and Morrowind, two of the greatest RPGs ever made, in the history of the world, yeah, that makes me kind of want to jump out of my seat and do something about it. So let's check out Ardenfall. Let's do our gameplay impressions of it. Hopefully you can decide whether or not you want to go download the demo. Along the way, I'll do my best to talk about things I do and don't like while I play the game, hopefully to help with feedback and also to help you decide if this is something that deserves a place on your wish list. Let's go ahead and start a new game.
Your travels have brought you to the dangerous wetlands of Ardenfall, searching for a nearby settlement, Garkai. This town is of 3 tribes, all of which have been infighting for years. The Sako tribe is known for their fishing and cooking, the Akiro for their hunters, and the Tsuki for their craftsmanship. When exploring, you abruptly fell into what looked like an abandoned mine, barely mustering the strength to make camp before falling into a deep sleep.
Kind of the first thing that I like to do when I fall inside of a deep hole head first is just take a really solid power nap. You know what I mean? A nap of centering. You just get really, really drunk and then you just fall asleep, and it helps you collect your thoughts. It helps you recharge. It's good for you. It makes you feel strong. It'll have no downside to your overall adventures whatsoever. At the beginning of the game, we got to make our character. And a little bit, this is a hard game for me because 2/3 of the options in this game are elves. And you guys know how I feel about elves. I don't like them. And so anyways, we got to go with the obsidian dwarf because I can't be the type of player that plays an elf. I can't do it. I can't bring myself to do it. I'm not strong enough. Insert meme of Mr. Incredible. I'm not strong enough. So we're going to play the obsidian dwarf today because dwarves are verified the best fantasy race of all the fantasy races. Orcs are pretty rad too. I feel like orcs and dwarves, those are the two that I always pick in every single game. But they don't look like dwarves in this game. They've got normal, I don't know, they're not like dwarves in other fantasy settings, all right? I'm guessing that's where part of the Elder Scrolls influence is coming on in. We can choose if we want to be male or female. We can choose to be an adult or old. The obsidian dwarf starts with a bonus to heavy armor, heavy weapons, marksmanship, and light weapons. That sounds good. We get to name our character. I can't even pronounce that, so I'm just going to go with Splat. We also get to pick our hairstyle and what we want to look like. There's not a huge amount of options inside the demo, so we'll just kind of wrap it up in a top knot real fast and just keep it moving. We get to choose what faction we want to be a part of. I will probably go with the Guild of Mercenaries. We can also pick 2 interests. I will go with athletics, and I think I'll go with diplomacy. I like making friends. Let's do that. And then our background traits, things that kind of define who we were before our life of adventure. I'll probably go with a drifter and a bounty hunter. That sounds pretty fun. On this side, we get to pick our stats. We get 11 to apply around. Everything that you read in this game basically does what you expect it to do. You've got endurance, you've got strength, charisma, agility, intelligence. We're going to want to have solid endurance. We're going to want to have pretty solid strength. I'm okay with kind of putting in 2 points right there and then using intel as a dump stat because you don't need to be smart when you're good at bashing stuff in the face. It's an unnecessary skill. You don't need that. We can choose to get a warrior's weapon, a heavy starting weapon, and a heavy armor. We can go with a light weapon and a heavy armor. We can start out with a fine weapon and light armor. It also looks like we can start out with some summons and some spells. I'll probably just go for the default fighter experience. How about that? I think that's everything. So here we are, awakening at our camp where we fell through. Well, there was a hole in the ceiling. Where'd the hole in the ceiling go? Oh, maybe I fell in over there. Okay. And then I crawled my way over here. There's a torch right there. Definitely take that. But as you can see, this is a first-person game. Little healing potion. Little bit of gold. Take that too. Doesn't look like I can pick up the shoveler. Can I break out the, let's see here, can I break out the torch? I can. So we start out with this really, really cool looking armor. Actually, when I got into the game, I did not expect to look this badass just starting out, dude. This is where I started thinking like, oh, this developer really, really likes Kenshi. He doesn't like a little bit like Kenshi. Like, I get the feeling this developer probably really likes Kenshi because the armor 100% reminds me of the armor you would find in some of the bigger expansion mods of Kenshi itself, like Universal Wasteland expansion and, you know, Kaizo and all those kinds of things. I'm going to break out my sword real quick. There we go. Oh, I can't have a sword and a torch out at the same time. Okay, fair enough. Let's have a little look around, see if we can find anything good. And it looks like we've got some throwing poisons right there. Okay, nothing inside of there. Potion of mana. Don't think that's going to get too much use just because I'm more of like a burly, smashy guy, but a looter's note. To hell with these mines. I'm stuck here after my partner escaped on his own. I know the hidden stash is somewhere here. The sooner I find it, the better. The hidden stash, you say, sir? You can't just say, like, operating phrases like, the hidden stash, and then not hook me up with, you know, like a locality, like where are you hiding that at? Over here, there's some adorable animals. You can pet them. I don't know if they're beneficial or if they're mean. This game also has lots and lots of harvestable herbs, so I'm guessing there's going to be a pretty conclusive or a pretty large, expansive crafting system in the game, just due to the fact that it seems to me like there are lots and lots of little herbs and like mining nodes and things like that to fiddle with, from what I've seen so far anyways. I don't think there's anything else in here. This guy said there's a secret stash around somewhere, but I don't know how much of this video's duration, since we only get like 40 minutes. I don't know how long I want to spend looking for that rather than just playing the game. So I'm going to break out my blade real quick, and let's go ahead and escape from the mines and get into the open world portion of the game. Through the mines. No bad guys in here. Looks like we're pretty safe. And we've got some fireball scrolls laying around. We've got a fire burst scroll right there. That one right there is fireball. How many fireball scrolls did you give me? Let's go ahead and put those on our 4 keys so that I can blast somebody just in case I need to. I don't know if while we're using a fireball spell from a scroll, if it's still going to cost us mana. Oh, the fireball drops. Okay, good to know. We got to figure out how to get after these guys because we're taking damage here. I think I'm just going to attack from this way. Attack impacts and animations look pretty good to me. I don't hate them. They seem to be perfectly fine. I think the enemy could react a little bit more to getting smacked, like flinching backwards and whatnot. But the actual sound effect and the animation itself look fine to me. I have no problem there. There's a bunch of mushies over here that we can kind of harvest. And I think the last time I came through here, there was a treasure chest at the bottom of the water. Like if you swim down. It's a little bit fuzzy down here, but yeah, there we go. We got a Sylvanite Great Axe. Just in case you're the Great Axe sort of person. I'm not. I'm more of like a two-handed sword, two-handed, you know, battle hammer kind of guy. That tends to be what I want to do. But you can do what you want to do with your character. We have very, very little oxygen when we're underwater, so I'm trying to like scan quickly and figure out if there's anything I can grab down there. I don't know if I can. There we go. I made the jump. I don't know if I can make this jump over here. Yeah, I was going to say that felt kind of optimistic to me. Let's go back around this way. Oh, I can get that moon sap. Hold on. Oh, it's the goo. Like, can I loot the goo? Or do I have to, like, look at a specific spot? I think it's just, like, the larger mushroom itself. Maybe not even the fluid. I don't know. Kind of hard to say, and I'm not experienced enough with the game. All right, let's keep getting through the dungeon right here. We've got a door on this side that has level 20 lockpicking required. It doesn't look like the game has a lockpick minigame. Ow! It bit my cankle, bro. My cankle done been bit off. This adventure is not going the way I wanted it to. Some more bad guys in here. Ooh, nice little slowdown right there. I like it. We're going to need a health potion, though. Every single enemy that you slay that I have seen so far, they all have things like hides on them and meat on them, which further reinforces to me that this game's going to have a pretty wild amount of crafting in it. Or at least it's going to have sort of like a baseline system like Morrowind or like Skyrim does, or like Oblivion does, where you kind of just throw things into a pot and each reagent has like its own thing, like health restoration or mana restoration, and you kind of just make your own custom objects. 8 gold, cheap amulet, the meat of a Yanaki. I don't know what a Yanaki is, but hopefully it's edible. I do be kind of hungry after my nap in the cave. Some pickaxes. I'm sorry, some lockpicks. Lichen tails? Can't tell if there's more stuff back there or not. Or even if this is... Yeah, I don't think you can access that back there. Doesn't look like it to me anyways. More Javik meat. We've got some Kavi soup. A few more lockpicks. I don't think we're very good at lockpicking. I'm going to be honest with you. We just broke like 90% of our picks trying to get into this chest. It looks like we got a cheap amulet, a cheap ring. We got some throwing stars, 200 gold. Like with the throwing stars, what do the rings do? Do they actually do anything, or are they just like vendor trash? Looks like they're vendor trash. We do have a lot of stuff in there, though. Interesting. I guess we did loot some of the moon sap. So we've got a burning sylvanite great axe. It's got heart attack damage. It's got bleed chance. It's got stun chance. We may need to equip that. Oh, I don't have enough heavy weapon skill to really make use of it. Okay. Oh, I don't have enough marksman skill to use the throwing things either. Like, I think we could probably still equip them, but I bet they give you some kind of damage malice or something. I'm not even going to try to go back to get that door. I've only got one lockpick left, and I'm not that much of a gambler. Bunch of throwing potions. Some kind of giant critter in there. Give me the fire burst on my 4 key. And then what did I do with my healing potion? There we go. All right, I'm going to try to get this guy with the fire spell. Oh no, dude. He's like wet. I mean, he's got a little wetness icon. I don't know if that means that... Oh, we're in water right now. I didn't even realize we were standing in water. So initially we lit him on fire with the spell effect, but then the fire went out instantly because we were standing in a giant puddle. Things make so much more sense right now. I just couldn't tell because the game's kind of like lo-fi. Like they've definitely gone for like a minimalist aesthetic when it comes to a lot of the texturing. Yeah, I could barely tell that that was water with the lighting being the color that it was or whatever. I don't know. Maybe at this point I'm just making excuses. We've got dark steel arrows and gold. We've got gold and lockpicks, gold, a Hosu pod. Okay. 8 gold, cheap amulet, lockpick, 8 gold. Okay. Looks good to me. I think I've got enough picks that I'm going to go back and try to get that door. I used up all my lockpicks and could not get this open. So I'm guessing we just really, really, really suck at lockpicking. Yeah, my thievery seems to be at 12. We may want to boost that on up. I don't know. Like, lockpicking seems like it's going to be a really important part of the game. I probably should have thought about that when I was applying stat points and whatnot. Either way, that big bug guy that we just slaughtered, I think he's the last homie that we got to take out inside of here. So let's leave the cave. To the wetlands. You've escaped the abandoned mines and you are on your own from here. You can explore the nearby town, talk to the locals, or explore the rest of the world. Okay. I will absolutely quick save. I am a quick save addict, so I'm glad that they told me that quick saving exists, because I'll quick save like crazy. And once we get out into the greater world, it's much more of a looker of a game, ain't it? Let's go ahead and grab whatever lootables we have around. Oh, cool. Nice. We hit level 21, apparently. I do like, actually, that the demo kind of lets you come in at a higher level. I feel like I'm okay with armor. I think I'd like to be better with thievery. Like, whatever points I can dump into thievery. A little bit more light weapon seems smart. Maybe just a little tiny touch of speech right there. So the abandoned mines and Garkai is that way. But that makes me want to know what's this way. Like, if you're specifically telling me to go to Garkai, there's got to be something hidden in the other direction. That's the logic of how my brain works. Maybe it's just because I'm an absolutely terminal sort of contrarian, and I just can't help it. But I do like kind of the soft falling petals from the trees and whatnot, too. I wonder if people get mad because I've got a weapon out. Greetings, Vyasha. You appear a tad lost. I'm from the temple just up there. The Karu gestures to the winding northbound path behind him. Is there any way I can assist you? Any work to be had? We have a monster infestation in the Sheru tombs that we're dealing with at the temple. Our eldest priest, Dento Akiro, has been tasked by the shaman to deal with it. I'm certain he'd be open to some help. Okay, what does Vyasha mean? Vyasha is the Karu word for traveler or wanderer. Okay. So, like, he said he's got a temple up on the hill, and he said that they sent one of their elders up there to go fight with, like, a monster or something. I think this is a really good opportunity for us to establish ourselves as being, like, dope. Like, sometimes you got a superhero land in a situation, and once you do that, you need to resolve it so that everyone will love you and they can never leave and stop being your friend. Let's see here. A distressed Karu stands in your path. If you've come seeking work, you got here at the right time. I'm afraid those things come out of the Sheru tombs and ransack the temple. If you feel inclined, I'm awarding anyone who clears the tombs with a sizable haul of coin and ceremonial sap. It would allow us the chance to restore the temple grounds physically and spiritually. Okay. Yeah, thank the dreamer. I was beginning to fear I'd have to go down there myself. After the tombs are emptied, assuming that you get that far, return to me. Our ancestral spirits and Ujigami are with you. May the Sheru's roots guide you. Okay. You want to tell me where the actual place is? Where is it? Ah, here we are. Another spooky cave. There's just something about the adventuring life that means I'm going to be predestined to constantly be wandering through spooky caves at all times. Oh, the pots are not breakable. That's a cardinal sin for me. Like, Zelda taught me that I destroy every pot. Balati teeth, Nico wings, Yanaki meat, I'm just gonna, they said I could come down here. I'm gonna loot it. What else we got going on around here? They've got, like, offerings to some kind of shrine. Torch. I actually kind of like the cultural design of the game, too. Like, it definitely seems like they're trying to do some emergent world building very, very early on. Little things like characters calling you terms that you don't know what those terms mean. And then you specifically have to ask a character from that world, like, hey, what does that word mean? And they're like, oh, it's like one of our people's words for outsider, And then you've just got to kind of, like, collate that in your head. It looks like that's not really super passable. We've got some kind of kangaroo rat down here. Kangaroo rat vanquished. Took care of him. What is this right here? Ooh, I can go through there? The game has secrety secrets? I love secrety secrets. I love looking for little nooks and crannies. Oh, that looks like a dragon, though. I think he done seen me. Ah, that's what a lichen is. I'm gonna need a health potion. Okay. So I have learned that parrying is an important part of this process. It reduces the damage that you take by a huge amount. I think that, like, facing to the ground, keeping my head down, and just screaming and drooling on myself while I hit the enemy is probably not going to be a winning strategy going further on into the game. We definitely want to make use of our blockage. Oh, God, what? Oh, dude, it's like a Venus flytrap thing. Get out of here. I think one of those got me in the last dungeon, too. I didn't even notice it. $4. Okay. Cheap ring and $8. I'll take it, man. I don't even know. I didn't agree on a cash payment for this whole adventure, and so I don't even know if I'm getting paid. They just said a lot of gold, and the value of money is sort of subjective. When I was like 9 years old, I would have told you that like $50 was more money than I had ever seen in my life. You know what I mean? But like $50, while still awesome at my current age, is not quite as a dope amount of money as it was when I was like 8 years old. That changes over time, so like a lot of money to him might be like a paltry sum to me, you know what I mean? Relatively. Cave seems fairly expansive. I'm going to try not to step on any more traps if I can help it. That's not lootable. Oh my. Yeah, we're doing like a bullet hell thing now. There's just so many of them. Please die. All right, you're dead. And you are also dead. How do I know how long I have till my next level? If I look at my character, there we go. It's got another meter right there. Okay. Honestly, I kind of wish that this little stat stack right here was just like in the top left corner of the screen or something. Or like right above my hotbars. I find this little stat stack right here to be a lot more attractive than like the little triple stacks that we have down at the bottom. I don't know why. I just find it more aesthetically pleasing. I don't know. I'm not saying it's right or wrong. I'm just saying that, oh God. Okay. Oh, he fired through the wall. It's okay. They don't hit that hard. There we go. We'll just drop them, dude. Blocking is for people that have already accepted that they're going to lose. I believe in one strategy, aggression. I enact it in one singular way, by nonstop attacking. Blocking is basically saying to the world, like, yeah, I feel like I'm going to lose right now. I like to project confidence, and in projecting confidence, we just keep attacking and face tanking without doing anything intelligent or strategic. Occasionally, we growl monosyllabically. That's it. That's the entirety of my fantasy fight strategy. So, like, where are these dark, evil spirits that everybody seems to be so concerned about? Are they around here somewhere? I mean, we've got expensive rings. A simple amulet. A little bit of cash. Probably a good idea to get a little bit of money stacked up just because I think I'm going to have to buy a whole bunch of potions or something when I get out of here. Do I have like a map of this little dungeon? I don't think I appear to have a map. Although I would like to have like a little wireframe map or something that fills out Doom style or whatever while you're playing through this area. Oh, did it loop around? I think it looped around. Either that or I got turned around somehow. Fungus and mushrooms. There is fall damage, by the way. I didn't fall that far. I fell from that down to that. and it actually took a little chunk of my health, so watch out for fall damage. Those are like those initial things you have to test in every video game that exists. If I step on fire, does it hurt me? And how much fall damage does this game have? Those are like the two tests you always got to undertake in every video game. Man, I'm taking damage out here. Are they behind me too? Can't tell if they're behind me. There we go. Hey, we got ourselves a level up. Nice. Is it going to hit me with that level up in a minute? Oh, yeah, it does. It delays a little bit. Okay. Let's keep working on thievery. Let's keep working on light weapon because I like sword and board personally. Restoration magic might not be a bad idea either. Just like a couple of little, like picking up a few spells that I can flick on myself just to restore my own health. So I'm not constantly reliant on like healing potions and things. Might not be a terrible plan either. Yanaki meat, lockpick, gold. It looked like there was another like interior wall of, oh. What's up with you, sir? Take all that Javik meat. Honestly, I dig this. It feels very foreign. Like, it feels foreign, it feels odd, and I think a lot of RPGs go for that, but don't quite pull it off. And I think really, like, when you're looking at games that define the meaning of being weird and being odd and being difficult to fathom, like Morrowind comes to mind, Planescape Torment comes to mind, and I think this game actually kind of has that vibe where it definitely does not feel like a fantasy adventure that I've had before. Like, very, very clearly the Morrowind references exist here, but they're also kind of doing their own thing with the Kenshi level hybridization they've done with sort of like the culture and the armor and everything else, and it is working for me. Like, I'm usually not a big fan of games with minimalist graphics or minimalist tile sets. Like, it's just not a thing that works for me. But it's weirdly working for me with this game. And that's a good sign. That means they're doing something right here. Ooh. I only have one lockpick, though, and it's level 22. I wish it told you kind of like what your percentage chance was to get it open, because I have 20 thievery now. And so I've got to be getting closer, right? I don't know if I even have a chance to open it unless I have the same amount of thievery that it requests in order to get it open. The only door that I've actually lockpicked, it didn't lockpick the first try, but it was the same level lock as my current skill at that time. And so, oh God, I don't even know if it's possible for you to pick a lock that's kind of like higher level than what you are right now. That was our last healing potion, by the way. So if we're going to heal after this point, we're going to have to figure out a way to do it. Block that. Block that. Go for the kill. And that's another Javik down. Yeah, that's... So why do you guys have a crucified skeleton on the wall? Of depths and demons. Oh, look at that. They've got books to read and stuff, too. An expensive ring, an expensive amulet. I wonder if the expense rating of the actual amulet itself, like, determines how much you can enchant it, or, like, how much you can sort of, like, add things to it. Oh, God. Alright, you're down. Really wish I had a shield or something. Then again, I don't know if this is one of those universes where the use of a shield is considered like dishonorable. Like you're not allowed to do that. I'll probably quick save too, just in case. Oh, dude, that thing is big. It looks like this lichen tail heals me for a little bit of health. It may not save me, but I'll eat it if I have to. Oh boy. Yeah, he like a swole dragon, dude. He's got like little jumpy moves too. Oh, that hurt so much. I hated it. Ow. Okay, blocked that one though. Did not block that last lunge. Karuntak. I'm just gonna keep attacking, man. There we go. We gotta get this knocked out. Karuntak's tooth and Karuntak's tail. I don't know if that's his name or if that's what he is. He kind of looks like those alpha velociraptor things we were fighting a little bit ago. Enemy animations are a little tiny bit stiff, and I think they could have a little bit more of a read to when you should parry them, like a little bit more of a wind-up. It's close, though. It's not too far off. So we got Crimson Marrow arrows. Ooh, restore health potions. I can summon a lichen, a simple amulet of light weapon, Wetland Warrior Greaves and Skirt. Yeah, let's see what some of these let's see what some of these armor models look like. I'm guessing the rest of the suit is around here somewhere too. It looks like those are light armor though, and we're kind of a heavy armor guy. So I'll throw my dark steel back on. But I did want to find the Amulet of Restoration. So enhances your restoration magic. Enhances your light weapon. Let's go with the light weapon. Can I wear 2 of them? How many of them can I wear? It looks like I can wear multiple of them. I've also got Rings of Conjuration. Okay, so it looks like I get 2 rings and 2 amulets from what I can tell. That's fine. That'll work. I think that's perfectly okay. Actually, I've just noticed we haven't found a bow or anything yet either. That's kind of what's missing. I'd love to fire a couple arrows at an enemy just in case. Are we done here? I don't know if the game really gave me an indication. Rid every monster in the Sheru tombs. Well, I don't think that I've done that. I think there's probably still some monsters left, but we killed a couple. Grab that. Sort of hard to say. It kind of seems like it wants me to jump around. Oh, there's a treasure chest up there. I was going to say, that, like, most definitely to me looks like there's, like, a path or something. Jump onto that root. There we go. I like that the game rewards exploration. Arrows. Ooh, a greatsword. Nice. Did I get a restore health spell? What was that? So this is restore. Oh, it's actually like a tablet that lets me restore my health. So in order to use this, it looks like I need to have 1 more point of restoration magic. So if we level up again, I can heal myself. Oh, it's only 7 health. Oof, I'm going to have to get a lot better at restoration magic before I think that's going to be of much help to me. I mean, since I don't have a shield, I'm kind of tempted just to do the greatsword instead for the extra damage. Oh, the swing slows down quite a bit too. Nice. I did find another secret path in Karuntak's room that led to, like, somewhere. Seems like it's mostly got, like, healing items and stuff inside of here. But in the back of Karuntak's room, where we killed that velociraptor, there was, like, a crack in the wall, and I was able to slide through it. Okay, more armor. Oh, nice. A bow. Cool. Let's see what the shooting feels like. Like, how does the shooting do? And where's that bow at? Ah, I need another point of marksman. I can't really use it. It's close. It just needs like a little bit of, so the draw feels good and the aim feels good. And the firing of the arrow looks okay. The arrow just needs to be a little bit faster, and it needs to have a little bit of like a percussive thwump when you let it go with like a little bit of visual recoil. And I think they'll have the short bow right on track to feel good when you throw it at enemies. I need level 30 to get into Ryoshi's chest, unfortunately. I don't think I have that. However, I was hoping that in going through this crack, it would link back to another part of the dungeon where maybe I hadn't killed all the bad guys yet, because I'm having trouble tracking down the last few of them. There are some snappers in here. Oh, what is that thing? Okay, yeah, I don't know what you are. A Kimashi? That's gotta be the thing that I'm supposed to be hunting, dude. Can I quick save? Cannot save while moving. Okay. What if I go right here? Cannot save while enemies are nearby. Gotcha. I was just kind of waiting for my health to come back. Okay. Yeah, he's got a little bit of the thumpers to him. We're going to get him in just a second, though. Man, he broke out like the big red ball. I'm just going to keep eating food and trying to regenerate while dodging his attacks. I got to get some health back so that I can bang on him. I got him. Oh, we almost traded, dude. That was almost so bad. Where did his loot go? All right, so I needed like one more level of marksman so that I can use my bow effectively. I think we're actually going to have to dedicate to some skills out here, too. I want to throw a full 5 into Resto just to see how it affects things. So, like, did that increase the amount? So if I got this right here, he'll sell for 7 over 1 second. I don't know if maybe it's just restore health, too. I don't know if restoration skill is going to affect that. I don't remember what it said before. Like, if it's going to go up a bit as we add more Resto magic skill. I don't know. I also don't think we really upgrade our skills by practicing either. I think we just get those points there that we allocate as we get further on into the... It looks like there's another room up there. There is a considerable amount of exploration to be done. Oh, but you can out-level enemies, too, to the point where you get diminishing returns on XP. Okay, good to know. There's got to be a few more bad guys left around. Oh, I guess that's where I killed the alpha lichens and whatnot. So how did I not run into... How did I not run into this teleporting guy? It looks like we can get up right there. I think that's how we get up to that path. I'm going to check this last tunnel real quick, though. And that's exactly why I checked it. Just keep swinging. I am a blender. Watch how I blend. Okay, a little bit of that right there. Honestly, I'm kind of impressed by this. Like, this is very clearly the product of a very small team. Like, you can see sort of the areas of the game where they've decided to cut costs when it comes to, like, the textures and, like, the minimalist nature of the game. And yet they're doing a pretty good job of getting across, like, motif and, like, color palette and, like, atmosphere, despite the fact that they're not working with, like, the best models or the best textures. Like, it's almost got, like, a little bit of a RuneScape vibe that I think is actually working in its favor. So that goes back out to the wetlands. I still don't know if I've killed everything, though. It looks like we're done. It says go back to Dento and tell him that you're finished. So, like, I think we're done here, but I want to see what that upper path leads to before we call off the video and call it a day. But so far, I'm very, very impressed with Ardenfall. I think the only thing that has been off a little bit are like the enemy attack animations. I think could have a little bit better momentum and a little bit better reads to them. But that's a very, very minor complaint. Like, it's perfectly fine and serviceable for right now. And then it was just like the arrow firing could have a little bit more like oof to it when it goes off. And like player hit feedback could be a little bit better when you get smacked by an enemy. But by and large, for a small team, this is impressive work. I can feel myself actually getting excited about this. And when I first started up, I was like, okay, it's like what? Like a kind of a low budget, action open world RPG made by a small team. Like, I'm sure I'm going to like it, but, I'm going to have a lot of things that I'm pointing out here. But weirdly enough, there have not been a whole lot of things as I'm playing through this that I'm like, gotcha. Like, this is good work. It's good work right here, and I feel myself getting excited about it. I'm going to add it to my wish list right after I get done recording. My name is Splattercat. I sift through the pile to find what is worthwhile in the world of indie games every single day so that you don't have to. Today up on the chopping block, we were checking out Ardenfall. Tomorrow, we will be checking out something else. Thank you for sharing your time with me, and that's about all I've got. Bye, folks.